Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I am Kelly Stewart, joined by Rob Vino and Las Vegas Chris. Just throwing it out there out of the gate. VV25 gets you $25 off either one of these gentlemen's packages of 3 days or more. Make sure you guys head over to WagerTalk.com and take advantage of that offer. That's promo code VV25. All right, guys, we have a Monday night football game I'm super excited about. The Kansas City Chiefs now a 3.5-point favorite, even 3 minus 115. And we even have a 4 offshore, total 57.5 to the Buffalo Bills. Rob, I'll start with you. The Bills kind of fell flat on their face on Tuesday night. I expected the Titans to keep it close. I did not expect such a lackluster performance from the Bills. Maybe they were looking ahead to this Kansas City game. Maybe they were thrown out of their rhythm because the game was on a Tuesday night. Your thoughts, though, about this Monday night matchup?
Yeah, I would agree with that, Kelly. Watching that game last night, it seemed as if the Bills were the team that was taken totally out of sync by the scheduling spot. As we mentioned on the previous video, Buffalo gives up 4 touchdowns at point blank range. So you wouldn't expect that to happen again. Both of these teams are off of the outright loss. Let's not forget that KC gets beat by John Gruden and the Raiders. So you got 2 teams searching for victory here. Interesting that the Chiefs in comeback mode on Sunday, 5 of their final 7 drives where you would expect Pat Mahomes to lead them down the field to scores. 5 of those last 7 drives end up with 4 punts and an interception and only 48 total yards. So it was something we're unaccustomed to seeing out of Kansas City. I would expect that to change here. This total has gone from 55 up to 57.5 in a hurry. And I agree with it wholeheartedly for a couple of reasons. I think that the Chiefs offense takes advantage of what are a multitude of Bills defensive problems right now. No pass rush, trouble stopping perimeter runs. They're not tackling well. Kansas City will take advantage of all of that. Even if Sammy Watkins doesn't play, Mecole Hardman steps in and covers that spot. But on the other side of the coin, Steve Spagnuolo, since he's gotten Kansas City in the right direction defensively, has leaned on blitzes. Josh Allen, believe it or not, against the blitz, he's graded as an elite level quarterback. I'll give you some numbers here on him against the blitz. 36 of 55, 389 yards, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions when blitzed. If you factor in the passes that he threw being blitzed that were dropped, his completion percentage would be 82.7%. So Kansas City loves to blitz. I think that he'll take advantage of that. They may need John Brown back at wide receiver. He was missing last night. But either way, I think the offenses are really hand in glove fits for these defenses. There's some key injuries on the Buffalo defense beside their other problems. But we didn't see Tre'Davious White, Matt Milano last night, key cogs. I would still say that there's some value in over 57.5, 31-28 in a Chiefs game, 31-27 gets you paid. And that's not really unlikely in a Kansas City game.
This is a really interesting spot because I want to back the primetime home dog in my usual fashion, not blindly, obviously, but the Bills in a bounce back spot. And Rob, you really alluded to the fact that Josh Allen has a ton of time, even when being blitzed. I have to give a lot of credit to his offensive line. Chris, your thoughts in this matchup? I'm leaning towards the Bills here. Do you want to agree with me or talk me off of it?
Well, I think it's really difficult to make a decision at this point. Buffalo really had serious injury problems last week, and it really showed. It changed the whole complexion of the game. And when you're talking about these COVID delays, these teams have their 7-day regimens. So something we have to factor going forward is that it screws up the timing and the schedules of the other teams also, not just the primary team affected. And obviously that showed last night. I worry about Allen because, are there going to be cracks in the armor, or is his confidence going to be hit at all? He with his receiver out last night, he wasn't really going through his progressions, and he targeted his favorite receiver 16 times, which is a really high level. So he needs to be able to use the rest of his lineup better. They need to get healthier. Surprisingly enough, they made their name last year by being great at defense, but they're number 22 in the league according to my data, which is similar to Kansas City, and you kind of expect that. Both of these teams are top four offensively, so you should be able to make a case for the over. You know, who's going to stop each other? Kansas City does have a better pass defense. They're actually top five in the league, but they can get gashed on the run. So there's a lot of ways to move the ball. My metrics have this at a lower number. If this line, you know, creeps up to 4.5, I'm going to be looking for Buffalo if they're healthy. If they can't get healthy, uh, you know, it could be a difficult day for Buffalo. So I'd like to be more definitive, but there's still a little bit up in the air on a Wednesday.
You're absolutely right. And when filming on a Wednesday, talking about Monday games, there's lots of things subject to change. We still have lots of testing and protocols and things to go through. So I appreciate you telling me to pump the brakes there, Chris, because you're absolutely right. This game is only going to go one way. Maybe I can get a 4, even a 4.5. Thank you to Rob Vino at Rob Vino Sports on Twitter, and Las Vegas Chris at Las Vegas Chris on Twitter. Make sure you guys head over to the Wager Talk YouTube channel and check out all of our other videos.